Salutation guys, I'm Jembu and welcome to Bloodhunt Central. What I aim to do with the channel is go through all the information and gameplay I can cover and any new information that is released for Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodhunt. So what is Bloodhunt? Bloodhunt is a new third-person battle royale style game based in Vampire the Masquerade's universe that's being developed by Sharkmob. Sharkmob was formed in 2017 in Malmö, Sweden, and recently opened an office in London back in October 2020. The team seems to be comprised of various developers who have worked on some notable games like GTA, Forza, EVE Online, and World of Tanks. So for the game itself, in Bloodhunt you jump into Old Town Prague as a member of one of three clans, Brujah, Nosferatu, and Toreador. Each clan has two clan archetypes to pick from. For Brujah you have the Brute and Vandal, for Nosferatu you have Saboteur and Prowler, and finally for Toreador you have Siren and Muse. Each archetype has its own set of skills. For example, Brujah uses brute force with slams and pushes, while Nosferatu is sneaky, being able to go invisible, and the Toreador like to use their powers to affect others by making them blind or healing members of their own team. You jump into Prague with 44 other people, and the 45 of you fight to survive the oncoming gas ring, fighting each other, feeding to gain power, and surviving any encounters with the Second Inquisition vampire hunters that are dotted throughout Prague. The game has just finished its first round of closed alpha testing, and while I got into the alpha late on the second day, I managed to get a good chunk of gameplay in, and I'll go through some of my thoughts in a moment. There currently is no release date stated for Bloodhunt, other than it's hopefully going to be released in 2021, and there are no news for any other alpha or beta playtests as of this recording, but keep up to date by following the channel and following us on Twitter for any updated news, and the links will be in the description below. As I stated, I managed to get into the game late on Saturday evening, which left about 15 hours remaining of the alpha, and man did I get my hours in. I think I clocked in the end about 11 hours in game, as I wanted to explore the whole map, and I have to say, for an alpha, it was insanely good. Yes, there were bugs. Yes, there were queue times, especially at 4 AM in the morning. However, the gameplay felt refreshing, and for a game that you can play both on the ground and on the rooftops, the map, in my opinion, wasn't really confusing at all. It had a nice mix of tight and open spaces, with you being able to use your powers not only to fight, but to navigate Prague itself, jumping big gaps between buildings, and using connecting walls to slide along and connect a seamless run as if you were a free runner. As for the archetypes, I'm going to make a video going more in depth into each of the clans, but they are different enough that they promote different playstyles. Brujah, a very in-your-face kind of clan, using power jumps, slams and pushes. They are also a bit hardier than the other archetypes as they have passive regens. They are good at closing distances, and if you are a Vandal, your maneuverability was quite high as you had the power jumps and power slams together. Nosferatus I think could be played a couple of different ways. Saboteur could suit sniper play better, as they can go invisible when crouched, where the Prowler can sense where a nearly dead player is by following their trail of blood, and they both can go invisible for a time, which increases their speed, which is good for both attacking and defending. Toreador I feel are more supporty in their way of play, although there are definitely some times where you could really go on the offensive with the nice movement abilities they have, and Sirens can impair a person's vision for a time, while a Muse can heal themselves or others in the group. All of the different archetypes have their merits, and can be somewhat tailored as you go into the game. There is a mechanic in the game called Resonance. This allows a player to feed upon the public and boost their skills, be it regen improvement, melee damage, skills cooldown. You can find out what NPC's resonance is by using your sense ability. You can increase the number of resonances you are able to have by feeding on other players when you down them. You start off with 3, which can be increased by 1 until you've fed off 4 players for a total of 7 upgrade slots. I will go over all the mechanics in other videos, but they all tied in really nicely together. One thing that stood out for me as I played in the solo queue was that when you got downed you had a cooldown to get back up instead of dying, as in most of the other battle royale type games you died instead of getting back up. This gave some moments where other players would attack the person that downed you, and you were able to regenerate and get a way to heal back up again. Now for some of the critiques. Some of these are to be expected as it was the first playtest that's been done and balancing will be an issue. Some of the weapons and abilities were really strong as players got to use them, and a common vocal point was that the Nosferatu's Vanish ability was a bit OP. The amount of distance you can cover because of the speed, while harder to see, was good for getting out of trouble, but also meant you'd lose sight of the person that you were trying to attack basically. During the alpha there didn't seem to be a group queue as well, so while a lot of people were playing solo you would run into a lot of groups and either get annihilated or just down one of them and then get shot by their friend. This was off-putting for a time, but it's been noted by that many people in the Discord that hopefully it will be remedied for any future tests. There were quests in the game, but these were to find items in the Battle Royale. I had done the first stage of this without even knowing I had it, and I couldn't find a quest log. So if there's going to be more quests or assignments in the game, a dedicated place to track them would be nice. A large bugbear it seems is when requeuing into another game. When you die you spectate the player that killed you, however to leave the game you have to hit escape, hit leave, then confirm the leave. Then you see your stats, then you either wait a minute or 5 seconds if you decide to click on the screen, then wait for Elysium to load, which is basically a player hub where you wait with other people to load a game. Players have requested either a straight to stats screen option or a requeue while you're spectating instead of going through all those steps. I have to admit, I like this idea as many client hangs I had during the alpha was due to me leaving a game and then it either taking forever to load Elysium or not loading it at all and having to relaunch the game. I think this may have been though because I was alt-tabbing a lot because I was recording, but still a requeue button and stat screen while spectating would be awesome. I didn't run into any majorly groundbreaking bugs or issues. One of the big issues I had was with the slides. Sometimes they were just extra long. That made it harder to hit people that were coming towards you. It wasn't consistent, and especially when the slide got the person so low, they just whizzed by you. You couldn't hit them at all. But again, this is their first playtest, so you expect some of the feedback and everything to cover all this. So overall, I enjoy playing the playtest. The community seems to be really good on the Discord channel that has been created for them. And I really look forward to playing any other tests that come out and comparing it to other pre-alpha tests that I've played. This was actually quite a really good one. So I do look forward to making other content. I plan to make maybe 1 or 2 videos a week depending on news. And I look forward to seeing you all in Prague.